everybody? It's your girl, Silver Logan Sharp, host of Feel Better Friday. Now listen, we've had some wonderful surprise guest artists bless this loft on Feel Better Friday. And so, well, anyway, check this one out, because remember that time? Well, you'll see.
Woo! It's Feel Better, Feel Better. Feel Better Friday. Woo!
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Silver Logan Sharp. It's Feel Better Friday. Come on in. Y'all know how we do. Go on and push the share button, because you know somebody needs to feel better. Somebody. Anybody. Here we go. Hey. Though I can talk like an angel, make a mountain come when I'm cold. You don't have love, don't even think at all. Though I can think like a martyr, know that giving stuff is smarter. Bring to slaves their long lost liberty. If we don't have love, don't mean nothing, for the virtue of love is giving, believing, receiving, not self-seeking, protecting, connecting, respecting, forgiving, peaceful. True love is everlasting. There cannot be something sweet to make your life now for another. Stand back, look higher all to see. Let love reign upon the nation to the point of saturation. Moment isn't now. Let love your anthem be. If we don't have love, we're adrift and self-betrayed. For the virtue of love is giving, believing, receiving, not self-seeking, protecting, connecting, respecting, forgiving, peaceful. True love is everlasting. Hey, come on. Love is kind, love like summer rain. Softly, softly, softly soothing everything. Hey, like the splendor of the early spring. Flow of love brings life and joy to everything. Yeah. That's what love is. I want you to feel it. It's giving, believing, receiving, not self-seeking, protecting, connecting, respecting. It's giving, believing, receiving, not self-seeking, protecting, connecting. Oh, it's giving, believing, receiving, not self-seeking, protecting, connecting, respecting. Oh, it's giving, believing, receiving, not self-seeking, protecting, connecting. Oh, it's peaceful. True love is everlasting. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell someone you love them. Yeah, y'all. Make some noise if you're in the loft. What's up, y'all? It's Feel Better Friday. Come on in, y'all. We're about to have that Feel Better fun. We're live in the DMV. I'm your host, Silver Logan Sharp. Say me to Speedy on drums, Stan on guitar, Chris on percussion, and the maestro on keys. Y'all, it's been a minute, but we were determined to bring season 4 back. Huh? Yeah. Skipping no quarantine. But ain't nobody else in here but us. So, just saying.
That's right.
We're not crazy. But, anywho. So, listen. It is September, y'all, or by now October. It doesn't even matter because we all want this year to be over, right? We're done with 2020. 2020, I'm ready for it to go. But we got a little time left. We got some Fridays left. So it's all we got some Fridays left. We got some feel-gooding to do. Did I say feel-good? I ain't mad at that. It's right up there with feel-bettering, feel-good. I'm just saying. Y'all gonna talk about me later. I know. It's all good. Listen, I want to send out much love and much respect and prayers to everyone who is just going through a lot of loss. It's a heavy time right now, y'all. But you made it, and it's Feel Better Friday. I want to shout out to the teachers, the pastors, the first responders, the medical personnel, the cops. And we got to pray for the other cops. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. Firefighters, just everybody who is making a difference, who is using everything you have to make this world better. Thank you. We salute you. We pray for you. We keep you covered because we need you to keep committing to answering the call. So now, I have just one political thing to say. Y'all know what I'm going to say, right? Yep. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Vote. Yeah. Okay. Now, everybody take a Feel Better Friday breath. Come on. Breathe in. I feel better. You feel better? Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. All right. Check it out. Our guest today, you know, she's kind of inherited me as a big sister. I think she's already got like 4. She's like the youngest of 5 siblings, right? But she gained me as a sister, whether she wants one or not. It's just what it is. This Howard University Fine Arts alum has headlined at the Kennedy Center, the Apache Theater Cafe in Atlanta, and she did a 2-month residency at Quincy Jones's listening room, Q's Lounge and Bar in the UAE. Did y'all hear that? I don't think they heard me. Now, aside from her, you know, playing in jazz venues and all over the DMV and beyond, especially when we get back to touring, you can actually catch her every Sunday along with the maestro online at the Washington National Cathedral. When I tell you she blesses everybody every single Sunday, the 11 a.m. service, Washington National Cathedral. Look it up online. Don't miss it. But today, my sister cousin is in the room. Welcome to the law, Miss Imani Grace. Now this is original music here. That's right. She owns the rights to this song. Y'all check it out. Woo. Sing, girlfriend. You sing, son.
The sun was run to bring to light the good and bad and the reasons why we always argue and fight, thinking that you really like when I'm losing my mind. clouds were all around, and it seems we can't blame the sun for bringing all the light to the good and the bad, and the reasons why we always argue and fight. I'm thinking you really like when I'm losing my mind. You won't even look at me in the face when I ask a simple question like, where are we now? I think the sun was wrong for bringing light to all the good and bad, and the reasons why we argue and we fight. I'm thinking that you really like when I'm losing my mind. I say,
welcome to the Loft.
thank you, sir.
Wow, you already know. Now I'm gonna try not to be all personal and stuff, because when I tell you, you are a singer's singer. Your choices, your interpretations, your range.
From this singer.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, sir.
I just, your voice just does something. And you really, you know how people always go, well, who do you sound like? I really don't sound like anyone else. I really don't. I mean, I don't mean that to be funny. I really, really don't. And neither do you. You know what I mean? And it's a thing where you have that, you just carved out. You know, I could pick your voice out of a choir. You know what I mean? Because that tone, oh my goodness, I just, whoo, Miss Thing?
You gonna have me up there blushing and crying.
Come on now, come on. Is that downloadable yet?
Almost.
Almost, okay. Because that's got to be, doesn't that sound like something you listen to on the way over here? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That is to tell me the inspiration behind that song. Uh-oh.
Well, I often find myself, I'm a lover at heart, and I find myself, you know, falling quickly for people, and I never regret it, because I'm like, we're all God's children, we all got good stuff, you know, there's experience, and there's nothing wrong with loving, but then sometimes I wake up and be like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it no more.
Yeah, we're done. I'm good. Yeah, you have expired.
Yeah.
Okay, not you, honey.
No, that ain't.
No.
Y'all.
It's like when mold grows on cheese. It's never going anywhere.
Well, like canned goods.
Yeah, it's like right. It can't go back.
It's gonna be good forever. No, but so I was having a conversation with an old significant other when we were kind of falling out of the stuff, and I was like, he was a little too aggressive with his, like, wanting me to be great. And I really appreciated it, but I was like,
pressure though.
yeah, and like, 2 hours ago you was talking about how great I am and how wonderful I am, and but like it would last for like a second,
And then you go,
hours and hours of like, yeah, you do this, you don't do that, you need to be doing this, you need to get that together, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you said I thought you said I was. How great am I? But your list for my BS is long. Like, golly. So I was like, maybe I'm just not the one for him. And that's how that song.
You know, those are some of the best ones. That's one of your hits right there. I don't know if anybody's told you, but that's one of your hits right there because it makes you think. And those are the kind of things that turn into really great songs.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. That is so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah,
So now, okay, aside from us being friends and I was watching your performance at the Kennedy Center, singing Sophisticated Lady. Ooh, you're a jazz diva at heart.
I think so.
You're a real
I tried to
jazz
fight it
diva
for
at
a
heart.
little bit, but
Where does that come from? What
Howard
influence?
University.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Think HU, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Hello. I didn't really know anything about music for real, and I still feel like I don't. But idioms and genres was either gospel or inspirational or church. Like those were the three I knew.
Church, or a little bit more church. Right.
Or the radio. And we moved a lot. DC is the 9th city I've lived in by 2010. By the time I was 19.
You're originally from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep, born and raised all over the Midwest. And then came to DC to go to Howard. And that's when I learned about, actually I did an audition for Berklee College of Music, School of Music, and had to like Google what 2/5 progression meant. I was like, 200. And actually I saw the Roman numerals and I was like, I don't know that at all.
Right.
And so my mother's a musician and she was looking over the application. She's like, oh baby, that's just.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. And that's when I discovered, to me, education is like, it's the doors that you open one, you realize that there's another one. And when there's another one, there's always another door, and you get deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's when I realized that I really appreciate Black American music, not just jazz. And when I got into my little feelings, trying to be all Black and whatever, I was like, I'm not a jazz singer.
Right.
I don't sing no jazz. Right. I sing Black music. Don't question my blackness. And my music, just because I'm Black, is good. So once I got over that in myself, I was like, okay, yes, I really love jazz music as the original art form, what it's transformed into, all the new stuff. It's funny, someone was asking me about an artist who I've been listening to a lot, this young lady named Alex Isley. She's family of the Isleys, so of course she's wonderful.
Got the DNA.
She's got it. And they were like, well, would you call her music jazz? And I was like, no, not at all. Because there's no improvisation, there's no, all the things that make up what jazz is technically supposed to be. And then I sat and I was like, but it feel good, and she Black. So it's jazz.
I know. It's like that works. Let's see, 2 plus 2.
Right.
And no, believe me, I hate when I'm ever in a conversation about demographic because they always want, well, who does your music appeal to? I'm like, people with ears that like good music. Why do we have to? Because I have dance music hits and R&B stuff. And you know what I mean, and some gospel stuff, and hey, gotta get nothing like go-go music, y'all. Nothing like, I can put anything over a crank, like I don't care what it is. I'll sing the national anthem over a crank.
And I didn't realize until I moved to DC that that's not just something to like wash over, because not everybody can do that.
No.
Like you gotta really.
No. No, there are percussionists, and then there are cuckoo players, and then there's congo players. See, there's that. Am I lying? Okay. And right, Chris, I got all three. I love it. I love it. No, it's really true, and I have learned to embrace, all of that, as I know you have, because I've heard you sing gospel. I hear you sing hymns and songs and everything else, and then now I know what I'm gonna surprise you with. You tore down the Apollo Live and sang Summertime. And Gladys Knight like to fell out of her chair.
And then my knees was buckling. I was like, Gladys, what did you just say to me?
Gladys went in. Michael Bivins went in. And Dougie Fresh, they were like, oh, in fact, Michael Bivins said, did you set the bar that night? I said, come on, Imani. What was that like to be on the Apollo stage?
Again, I love my people so very much. But I felt some type of way because I thought it was going to be a safe place for like an honest competition. And when I got there, well, not even that, they switched the programming. I was supposed to be last, and they made me first, which I was like, cool. Thanks. Yeah, but again, that was a part of another learning maturity factor. It was like I should not have felt no kind of way because at the end of the day, it's a business, and they're trying to make sure that their programming is as best as it possibly can be. So I'm gonna go wherever they tell me I need to go. And so, but overall, it was beautiful. The hospitality, of course.
You represented big time. It was very classy, and they were like, okay, she can go.
Yeah. And I didn't know that the show that we see on TV, on BET, it aired on TV1, is not the same as their Wednesday weekly things.
Right. No, that's different.
That's different. That's what I actually I signed up for initially. And when I sent in my audition tape, the producer called me and said, "Can you do the show?" And I was like, "Y'all still even do the TV show?"
Right.
So I was just like, I was blown away with the honor and privilege to be picked out to do something like that. And then I didn't actually win either the regular weekly Wednesday because I had to go back to school. I was in school at the time, and then the television show I didn't win as well. I got I think second or third place, but they called me back to do gigs, so I was like,
hey, that's the real deal.
I did Apollo, and I think it was 2012 or 13.
There's another fine arts graduate that's in charge of the Apollo now.
Oh.
Kamala Forbes. She was there, we were there, so yeah. We were,
more HU.
Yeah, more HU, so we all over. So I wish she was around like when you did that. I didn't realize it was that while ago, but she's running stuff now. So she's really on point.
Shout out to
HU. We all over.
And that beautiful black theater. I mean,
it's a beautiful room.
It really is.
It really, you can feel the history.
Yes.
And you got to touch the law.
Yes,
the
I
whole
did.
thing. Yeah, it's a thing, y'all. It's Feel Better Friday, and that is a moment in Black history. As Chris said, we have Black history every day. Every day is some Black history.
That's
and,
right.
It's amazing to be right here, right now, in this time. It's a crazy time in the world, right? And we get to make music. And not only do you get to make music, but you sing every week at the cathedral.
Yeah.
And now the maestro here is on.
Yeah.
What is that like? Just real quick, tell the people how you bless them every Sunday.
Oh man, when I first was hired at the Washington National Cathedral, my sentiments were filled with nostalgia. So my father was an immigrant to this country and experienced war and hardships from his home country in Liberia. My mother was raised by a woman who was raised by a freed slave. So to think of my great grandmother who cleaned houses for white people on the other side of Monroe, and the war that happened and was fundraised by America. To be frank, because Liberia at the time was a beautiful country, very affluent, and you know, powers that be in other places gave power and money to people who were envious of the powers that be. And so I was in the cathedral and they had a special service, I can't remember which it was, and they were wearing their full garment, the whole head garb, and I instantly saw like the development and evolution of those garments that were then later used for the torture and, you know, terrorizing of Black Americans, aka Ku Klux Klan. So it was kind of a trip because we were singing things like "Wade in the Water" and, you know, "Trouble Don't Come No More," and I'm like,
And now it's 2020.
and I'm struggling.
And look how that worked out.
But the beauty of it is how God's love always prevails, everything and always. And the people who are now in position and powers that be at the Washington National Cathedral, I'm not sure what they were doing, you know, 67 years ago, but now, let me tell you, now they are on fire for God, and they have a heart and a spirit that nurtures the development of that trust. I had to re-trust myself even in those type of social settings to not get angry and not, or even get sad. Because I would be sitting there and I would just start crying, like crying, and I'm like, "Wade in the water." And so, yeah, but I've had, it is, and with the opportunity and chances to speak with people at the cathedral who make the moves and make the words really come alive in that place, they've heard me out and I've heard them out, and it's been a beautiful relationship to really just feel free and safe to worship in a space that is not just about performance. It really is about
Right, it's about worship, yeah. And it's different from just performing somewhere and doing anything, right?
Indeed.
I love it. You know, we never have enough time on this show. I could talk to you for days. Without further ado, and a don't, okay? We're live. It's Feel Better Friday. This is Imani Grace. Bless the people, girlfriend.
Take on our royalty, still living a life in poverty, rich to the man who is homeless, but poor is the man that is hopeless. Oh, poor is the man that is hopeless, here in a place to sow and grow, brought to a time so freedom grows, here in a land and all it gives, thankful to God for all these gifts. We're thankful to God for all these gifts. He gave heaven and earth, gave salvation through birth, and all we have to do after this is thank God for all these gifts. That's you and me. We're all but you, born with a heart to choose one, free from the chains of misery. 'Cause God will arrange
Y'all, it's Feel Better Friday. That is all he is. Again, it just sounds like something I've been listening to all week. You know what I mean? It just sounds like something that's, isn't that in your playlist? It just feels like, oh my goodness, please hurry up and put this record out.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, like yesterday, 5 minutes ago, last week. I'm just saying, you gotta do it, gotta do it. Your voice is just touched by God, literally. You are awesome. You are absolutely awesome. All right, we're gonna get this in real quick, right? Because I could, you know, I adopted her as my little sister. You know, I know you have plenty of sisters.
No, that's all right.
But we were walking. I think you were walking. We're dog moms, and she was walking her dog, and I was walking my dog at 2 different times. And this particular day, we both had on jean shorts, sandals, and black T-shirts, and our hair, I don't know, pulled back or something. And she went around the corner, and I went around the corner, and one of our neighbors said, "Well, where's your sister?" And I was like, she just saw her a minute ago. She was around, and I was like, who is he talking about?
And I'm surprised you said sister, because usually it's,
I just saw you, right? Using things wear each other, except for my blazing, you know, using my hair is fire red. And then I walk back around the corner, and I see Imani, and we're dressed in shorts and T-shirts with our dog, and I said, okay.
Wait. Cathedral story. So there was this guy, Silver had to sing one time because Imani couldn't sing, and she came in there, and the guy was just like, "Man, you change your hair all the time. I love how you change your look every week. That's great."
And the read is, I've been there 3 times. He always thinks that I've just changed my hair and that I am Imani. So I don't know. It's a thing. Maybe we're somehow related, but we're sisters from another mister. But like, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. I just cannot thank you enough. You are always welcome. We got to do some tunes together or something anyway. Meanwhile, y'all, this is Imani Grace. We told everybody where you can find her. Her music is coming out sooner than later. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you tune in on Sundays at 11. You can check her out at the Cathedral. And if you're following her on Instagram, you'll get some cute little ditties when she sings a little something, something for her. Y'all give it up one more time for Stan Cooper on guitar, Chris Allen on percussion, Speedy on drums, Daryl Hunt on piano. I'm your host, Silver Logan Sharp. Give it up for my crew, Vincent Smith and Tony Wesley, otherwise known as Smith and Wesley. They getting it in, Mr. E, Miss P, my man Bo Beatty's in the house. Y'all, this is just how we do. Thank you so much. Tune in every Friday at 1 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We don't want you to miss it. And if you're in the DMV, you can check us out on DCTV. That's right, DCTV, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. God bless you. Be safe. And make sure you vote. We out, y'all. It's Feel Better. Feel better. Feel better. Friday. Yeah. Come on, give us some. Give us some. Go. bless y'all. Peace.